So we'll start here this morning, just breathing. Just inhale and exhale. Just bring awareness to where you are right now, being present with your mind and your body to this place. And being present with your breath, feel your lungs inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. I'm going to read a verse to start us off this morning. It's from Psalm 90. While you're just breathing, being present. It's, Lord, you have been our dwelling place throughout all generations. Before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the whole world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. So I thought we could just start our time just acknowledging that God is God, and giving, as we give awareness to our own self, giving awareness to Him and His presence. His presence is here with us right now. On your next breath, I want you to go ahead and inhale nose, but we're going to exhale mouth. So inhale nose deep, take about 3 counts. Hold that breath and exhale mouth. Inhale nose. Again, hold your breath. When you exhale, I want you to push that air out. It's from a deeper place in your throat than your normal exhale. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, hold. And exhale through your mouth. 3, 2, 1, letting it go. Nice. All right, we are going to go to our knees. So we're going to take your knees underneath you, go to all fours, shoulders directly over the wrists. Just square up your tabletop right here. So go ahead and pull your abs in. As we are bringing awareness to our breath, we're going to bring awareness to our center. So I want you to think about those abs and just go ahead and pull them in without any movement in the body. Just pull them in like little up and back, hold them and release them. We're not doing a cat and cow. We're just moving our abs. No one else will really know what's happening but you. Inhale, tighten up those abs, hold them and release them. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, hold the abs, pull them in and up, and release. Now we will move into our arch and round, cat and cow. So on your inhale, I want you to let the belly drop, lift the head slightly, and then as you exhale, just round it up. And we'll go through that again. Just inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, looking down. One more. Inhale, looking up, dropping the belly. Exhale, looking down. Flatten out that tabletop again and just circle those hips to the right a few times. Loosening up our hips. And then we're going to circle to the left. Back to the center. Tuck those toes under. Let's lift those knees slightly off the ground. As you do, remember that midsection. Pull it in nice and tight, just like you did on your tabletop with knees down. But now you have some tension in the core. So your knees are just hovering a few inches off the ground. Your toes are tucked under, and you're just holding right here and breathing. Let's do 2 more breaths, trying to keep that core engaged. And 1 more breath. And let it down. Drop those toes back, going into your child's pose, reaching those fingers in front of you as far as you can. I only have my hands and my lower legs on the ground. And I'm just going to give me a slight shimmy, sway, side to side, right and left. Sway with those shoulders. All right, keeping those hands extended, I'm going to take my right hand to the right edge of my mat and walk my left one all the way over, keeping my head down until my left hand can get on top of my right hand. Maybe yours can't. Maybe that's too much of a stretch and it just gets close to it. That's totally fine. Just feeling a big stretch in your shoulders right here, all the way through your arms and into your back. Inhale, exhale. Hold one more breath right here. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to walk that left hand over to the left side of the mat. Walk the right hand over. Place it on top of the left hand if you can. Hold right there. Big stretch. Feel the activation in those arms, the activation in your shoulders. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. One more time. And back to the center. Let those forearms go to the mat. Let the forehead go to the mat. And just take a few breaths here. You might still feel the stretch in your arms and shoulders. It's more of a gentle stretch. Now we're going to come back up to our tabletop. Tuck those toes under, but this time we're going to lift the hips and go into our first downward facing dog. Knees are soft, let your head relax and be heavy. Just let your body push to wherever is your stretch. It's our first downward dog, so we'll get a deeper stretch a little bit later. Right now we're going to let that head just relax. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Just loosening up the head and neck. Bring it back to your plank. Nice and solid. Holding shoulders over the wrists. And we're going to lower down, take our first vinyasa. So lower all the way down. You can always drop those knees down first. And then tuck the toes under and lift up in that upward dog. Tuck the toes under, take it to downward dog. And we're going to step our feet up by our hands right here and come up to a stand for the first time. You can keep facing the end of your mat. I'm going to turn towards you, give a big stretch. I'm going to drop one arm and reach it over as far as I can and lift up nice and tall. I'm taking my elbow down to my hip, reaching over, and let's flow through that a few times. If you want to, take your feet a little further apart, your base of stability, or you can keep them close together. Work on more balance work, right? So just inhale, exhale, reach and reach. On the next inhale, we're going to take both elbows and pull them back in that W. So as you do, squeeze your shoulder blades together, tight as you can. Good. Inhale, do that again. Exhale and pull back. One more time. Inhale, exhale, pull. On the next inhale, we're going to do a forward fold all the way down. Let your head be heavy again. Look right between the legs. Now take your hands to your shins, flatten out your back, come to that number 7. Good. It's a halfway lift. Take it right back down. We'll come all the way up again. Flow right through that single arm bend and reach. And do it on the other side, and then we'll do both arms in our W pull. Right back here. Good. It up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. You can go to your shins, or if you feel more flexible, you can bring your hands to your thighs. But you want to pull those shoulders back and try to keep your back flat in a full hinged position. Then take it right back down. Come up. Do that again. Bend one arm, reaching over as far as you can. Lift it up. Other side. Pull. Make your W. Lifting up. Forward fold. Down. Now bring it all the way up, and we're going to give that slight back bend. You can take your hands to your hips first and stretch back right here. Bring it right back up, forward fold, halfway lift, taking it down. We'll go through our single arm reach this time, lifting up, single arm pull and reach, lifting up, other arm, pull and reach, take it to your W, pulling back, lifting up, forward fold, lift, down, bring it all the way up, and back bend, hands on the hips, or you can grab them overhead. Let's go through it one more time. Inhale up, our backs are gonna be so loose. Forward fold, take it down, halfway lift, take it back down, all the way up, single arm pull, reaching back, other arm pull, reaching up, give me your W, squeeze back as tight as you can, bring it up, forward fold, halfway lift, fold all the way up, and your back bend. Nice work. Take it back to forward fold, hands down. We're gonna step back into that plank again and just hold right here. A little tension in the core. Pull those abs in, nice and tight. Your heels down and back, slightly lift your knees. Squeeze your butt and thighs. Abs are in and up. We've already done a lot with our abs this morning. So your brain is knowing how to focus on keeping tightness in your abdominal area. All right, we're gonna take our vinyasa lower slowly. You can drop your knees down first if you like. Lower all the way down. Push up either halfway or all the way up for your upward dog. Tuck your toes again, downward dog. And we're gonna step our feet up by our hands. Come all the way up. We'll move on. We're gonna keep that right leg in front, take the left leg back into our warrior one. On our warrior one, we wanna lift up and then sink down into it. That looks awesome, good. No tension in the shoulders, so I like to lift up and then kind of drop them down. Take that back foot and make sure all 5 toes are on the ground. So you're not rolling forward or back with the foot. All right, lifting up, we're gonna move into warrior two. So slightly turn. You wanna keep your arms level, not dropping one. Looking over your front shoulder right there. Nice, pulling the abs in. We're gonna go ahead and drop that back hand and go into reverse warrior, taking that top hand up and looking up at the ceiling. Nice, feel that stretch right there. All the way through your right side, all the way down. Take that left hand and bind it a little more across your back so that maybe your hand gets to the other side, like your left hand can reach all the way to the right side of your body, and you're gonna get a bigger stretch in your back as well. All right, we're gonna just cartwheel those hands right back down, take our plank, and hold again. We'll go through that one more time. Feel tension in the abs. Spending some time in our plank this morning. Now let's lower all the way down, take our vinyasa, tuck those toes under, lift up, nice and tall, tuck the toes, downward dog. Before we move on, we're gonna pedal our feet. Pushing one heel down and then the other, just to wherever your feet can get to. 2 years ago, there's no way I could have gotten my heels to the ground. And now that comes pretty naturally for me. So you never want to be too concerned about what you can't do. You just want to be thinking about what you are doing, being present, and realizing your body is going to strengthen and stretch in that place. All right, bend both knees, let the head drop, lifted, and step your feet up by your hands again. Lift all the way up. We're gonna go into warrior one, stepping back with that left foot, lifting up tall, falling down into it. Lifting up, warrior two, looking right over that front hand. We're gonna go into reverse warrior. Keep that front leg bent and just pull back. Looking up at the ceiling, seeing if you can bind that back hand. All right, we're gonna add on, we're gonna go into our triangle pose. So take that front hand, your right one, drop it down, take the left one up, straighten up those legs, and just slide down the body. So trying not to let your butt go back. You wanna keep your body nice alignment, pull those abs in again. We're talking about that a lot, aren't we? Holding here. Now we're gonna cartwheel our hands around to the back of your mat. So bring them all the way around to the back of your mat and back into your high plank and hold. We're just gonna do the same thing on the left side. Tension here, holding nice and tight. All right, take your vinyasa, lower down slowly. Tuck the toes under, lift up to wherever you're comfortable. Tuck them under again, and downward dog. Pedal those feet again. Go ahead and just relax your feet, soft bend in the knees. Let your head be heavy again. Lift through the abs. Let that strength be in your shoulders and your legs. And we're gonna step those feet up by the hands. Good to know your body parts. Stand all the way up. We're gonna take our right leg back, stepping into warrior one. So your back leg is kind of angled. Your front foot is facing forward. Lift up and relax down into it. How about those abs? Are they pulled in nice and tight? Now we're gonna lift up and go into warrior two. That back foot can readjust as it needs. Just do what's comfortable for you. There's not a right and wrong with that. Pull those abs in, drop the shoulders. That looks so good. Lots of tension in those legs. Now keep the legs just like they are. Take that left hand, start pulling up for reverse warrior. Looking up, taking the right hand behind you. See if you can bind it over to the left side. I know it's our first time to do that on the left, so it's maybe not as flexible yet. All right, we're just gonna cartwheel the hands right back to the front, well, it's the back of your mat, right back by that left foot. Step back into your high plank again. Hold it. Adjust your form. Squeeze your glutes and thighs. Lift your knees, push your heels down and back, and take your vinyasa. Nice and slow. Tuck the toes under, lifting up. Oh yeah, that stretch feels good. Our backs are so warm. Tuck the toes under again, downward dog, and pedal those feet. Right, soften up the knees, let the head be heavy, lift the hips a little higher, push slightly back, and walk your feet up by your hands. Lift all the way up. Going into warrior one again, step back, keep the left foot in front, hips toward the front, pull the abs in, drop the shoulders. Good. Reach it up and warrior two. How about that back foot? Got those all 5 toes on the ground. We really want all 10 toes, but definitely the back foot tends to rock forward or back for us. Okay, drop that back hand. Take the top arm, look over, feel that stretch. And we're gonna add our triangle pose. Left hand drops down, body comes nice and tall, reaching up. Slide down, not letting the butt go back, holding here. Feel the stretch. Now we're gonna cartwheel those hands back toward our right foot, step back, and take your vinyasa. Nice work. We're just gonna put those and take into downward dog. We're gonna just put those together, flowing through them one more time. All right, so let that head be heavy. Pull the abs in, and walk the feet up by the hands. Lift all the way up. Right foot stays front. Warrior one. Comfortable for you with that back leg. Lift up, drop the shoulders, lifting up again, taking it to warrior two. The abs in, put some tension in that back thigh. Now we're going into reverse warrior, looking up. Take that hand, really reach it across your back. Your triangle pose. Stretch as tall as you can with that top arm, and then slide it down. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna do a little add-on right here. So we're gonna go back with that front leg bent, like you did in your warrior. Just bend it back. Good. Take your, so you had your hands in a triangle. Take your your bottom arm, and just reach it under your leg if you can. You could take this other hand right here. You could have both hands right here, or you could take this top arm and reach behind, trying to go for a bind. So you're trying to get your arms to touch right behind you if you can. But again, things to work towards, right? Holding right here. This is a big, deep stretch. One more breath. And release it down. Come all the way up. Nice and tall. Good. We're going to pull those elbows down by our sumo plie squat. Reaching up. Pulling down strong. Remember that W that we did at the beginning? Let's do that again right here. Pulling back. Reaching up. Pulling back. 2 more times. Reach up. Pull back and down. 1 more. Reach up. Back and down. Now on the next reach up, we're going to go to the back of our mat. Cartwheel our hands right by your feet and step back into your high plank. And take your vinyasa. Drop down, lift up nice and tall, upward dog, and downward dog. Pedal those feet. Push and push, relax the head, bend the knees, lift the hips, push back slightly. Now walk your feet up by your hands, all the way up. We're doing the same thing on the left. Take that right foot back, wherever's comfortable for you. Square your hips forward. Into your warrior one. Pull those abs in. I have to remind myself. Reach up. Warrior 2. Abs in, body nice and tight. Good. All right, reverse warrior. Looking up, feel the stretch. Maybe you can take that right arm behind you and reach it a little further. Big stretch. All right, triangle pose. Right here, straighten up and drop down. Try to take that top arm straight up so it doesn't go forward or back. It's just straight up. Good. Now from here, we're going to bend that front leg back. We're going to take the arm that's hanging down, wrap it behind our leg, take the top arm, wrap it behind the body, and just relax into that sideward lunge bind. Holding here. And again, you could have your hands in front of you, or you could just be staying with one hand down and one hand up. So do what works for you. 1 more breath right here. We'll come out of it, right back into our big star pose. Right here, good. And dropping down. Elbows to knees, reaching up, pulling down, reaching up. Now on this one, instead of elbows to knees, we're going to take them back further like we did in our W. If you can get them down by your knees when you do that, then woohoo. But that'd be a pretty big stretch. 1 more time, reaching up. And then we're going to forward fold right here. So just bring your hands down in front of you and shift your weight slightly front and back. Just feel that little rocking motion. Heel toe, heel toe. Now walk those hands over by your right foot, similar to what we did, but we're going lower in our lunge and we're not going to bind. Let your left toes come up. So we're in a long lateral lunge. Holding here, toes up, walking to the other side, holding, toes up, or whatever your body can do. Feel that stretch. Back to the center. Now we're going to take our legs, our feet really, and just toe heel them in. So bring your toes to the front and then bring your heels in slightly. And then your toes forward and your heels in until you're just a little wider than your hips. So toe, heel, get to what feels comfortable for you. You're gonna come all the way up, praying hands, and we're gonna drop down. They call this a yogi pose. Now you might get right here and think, oh, my legs are still too wide. If they're too wide, just put those hands back down. We can all do this together. Put your hands back down, come up. Whether or not you adjust your feet, we'll do this pose. But if you want to adjust your feet, just bring your toes in slightly and your heels in slightly. Come back all the way up. Hands, drop into your yogi pose again. Good, sit back. Now you could also put your hands down. You know, it might be too much for you. If you can, keep them up. Good, that was great, you guys are awesome. So I know goals are to get our butts nice and low and not be sticking too far back. But like I said, that's a goal. I'm not there either. All right, hands down, butt up. Let's toe heel it in. Until your feet are about hip width apart. Release your hands, hang there, and lift it all the way up. Just give me a quick flow like you did at the beginning. One elbow down, reaching up, other elbow, reaching up. How about that back bend pose? Reaching up and forward fold. All right, if you're facing the front or the middle, I want you to face the front of your mat. So just turn that forward fold back to the front of your mat. Step your feet back into that high plank again. Hold here. And we're gonna drop those knees down, tuck the toes under, and go into our child's pose. Inhale, exhale. Our body is good and warm. So I'm gonna do some stretches where we hold our stretch a little bit longer. Really let that body be challenged to open up in our hips and our back. All right, we're gonna come back up on all fours. Take that right foot and place it outside the right hand. So I'll show it to you on this side. It would be right here, but I'm gonna do the right side just like you. Holding here. So you're in a modified dragon stretch because our back knee is down. Holding. Now we're gonna drop our elbows down right here. This is called a lizard stretch. So your elbows, you're on your forearms now. Too much. Few options. You can turn your hands toward each other and make a fist. That may help slightly, or just go back up to your hands. Holding your stretch. I know this can be a lot in your hip flexors and your hips and your inner thighs. So good for us though. All right, right back up to our hands. We're gonna tuck that back toe, lift it up, open it up for that dragonfly stretch. Let's lift that back knee a little higher, push the heel down and back, just like we do in our plank. As you do, feel that abs, feel those abs contract. Now drop that back knee down again, keep this top hand, and see if you can reach for your toe. Maybe way too much of a stretch. If it is, just relax it. You're still gonna have the stretch even without holding. If you have a towel or strap handy, you could always wrap that around your foot. Give yourself some extra length. Holding here. Big stretch for the quadriceps, the front of our thighs. All right, drop that back toe down, leg down, lift up, lift the heel, take it back to your plank, nice and solid, abs in. Now we're gonna take that front leg and go into our pigeon stretch. So I want you to bring your knee up by your right knee, by your right wrist, left foot, by your left wrist, and tuck under. Lift up on the toes. If this is too much for you, you can do a figure 4 stretch on your back. or you can just bend that back leg and relax. Either one, but if you're able, hold right here in the pigeon stretch, nice and tall. Now palms to the ground and elbows to the ground. Inhale, exhale. We're getting comfortable in each place of our stretch. So if you feel okay with it, you could go ahead, turn your hands out, make a pillow for your forehead, and let it rest. Let your head rest on your hands. I have a verse I'm going to read. I read earlier out of Psalm 90, and where we focused on who God is. And this is still from Psalm 90. I'm starting in verse 13. Have compassion on your servants. Satisfy us in the morning with your unfailing love, that we may sing for joy and be glad all our days. Make us glad for as many days as you have afflicted us, for as many years as we have seen trouble. May your deeds, I can't talk. May your deeds be shown to your servants, and your splendor to their children. May the favor of the Lord our God rest on us. Establish the work of our hands for us. Yes, establish the work of our hands. I love the end of that. May the favor of the Lord our God rest on us. Establish the work of our hands for us. Yes, establish the work of our hands. That's what I would love for today, is that favor would rest on me and all of us, and that the things we do, that would be productive and be satisfying and bring glory to the Lord. All right, we're going to tuck that back toe under again. Come back up. Just come back to your high plank again. Holding here. Abs in. Breathing. Now we're going to drop those knees down. Take that left foot outside our left hand. Drop that toe under and open up into our modified dragonfly stretch. Good. Opening up right here. Bring it right back down. Take the toe under. We're going to lift that knee high, push back like we do in the plank with the back leg, and open up again for our higher dragonfly stretch. Awesome job. Go ahead and pull those abs in. Drop the shoulders. Nice. All right. Drop it down again. Drop that back knee down. Tuck the toes under. We're going to go into that lizard stretch that we did. So come down, if you can, to your forearms. You may notice one side is easier than the other. It is for me. This one's pretty awkward when I go to my left. Trying to hold the stretch. Just inhale and exhale. Coming right back up. We're going to take that arm that you use for your dragonfly stretch, opposite arm of foot, and see if you can reach back and grab that foot. Good, looks good. Holding here. Woo. All right, we're dropping it down again, taking that other foot back to your high plank. Now we're going to do the pigeon stretch on our left. So bring your left knee by your left wrist, right foot by your right, and come up nice and tall. Lift up, pull those shoulders back and down down to your forearms. Holding here. Inhale, exhale. All right, if you feel okay, you can go ahead and turn those arms out, make a pillow for your head, and just relax in the stretch. Okay, we're going to come back up I know we might not have held that one quite as long. I wasn't doing all the talking, right? And we're going to come out of it, bring our legs in front, and just give them a shake out. Pull those abs in. Put your feet on the floor. Turn your hands up, and we're going to lower all the way down to the ground. This calls a lot into our core. Look at your tummy. Can you pull it in instead of letting it push out? Keep your shoulders relaxed. Whenever you need to, just take it on down to your back. Reach it out nice and tall for your pencil stretch. Reach as tall as you can. Okay, we're going to do some walking with our body. So my right arm and my right toe are going to extend opposite directions as tall as they can. And then the other. It's kind of like rock climbing, except you're extending each side opposite directions. Reach and reach. Reach right as tall as you can. Reach left. 2 more times. Reach right and reach left. Now let's just hug those thighs into our chest. Inhale, exhale. Rock a little side to side. And we're going to take both knees to the right, opening up our hands. Your back may feel pretty limber at this point. We did a lot of stretches. So if you feel okay, take that right leg, the one that's on the ground, and cross it over the left, and just let it gently pull down. Nice. Now we're going to come all the way up and over, keeping the legs just like they are, and let that top foot, the right foot, go to the ground, probably outside of the mat, and look over your right shoulder. So you're looking the opposite direction of your feet. Right back to the center. We're going to uncross. We're going to take both knees over to the left side, look over our right shoulder, and if you feel okay, cross your left over your right. Bring it all the way up and over. Left foot goes over to the right side and look over your left shoulder. So good. Nice job getting that mind and body warm and active this morning. Come right back to the center. Bring those thighs all the way in. Take your hands inside your legs. Grab your big toes. And happy baby. We're just going to rock side to side. Love this stretch. Feels good on the back too. I love it because it always makes me smile. Now we're going to do happy baby with the kickstand. Reach one leg out and then the other. So as you rock side to side, just extend one leg long, then the other leg long. Couple more times. And bring it back to the center. Take those hands, grab the thighs again, and I want you to try to reach both legs up right here. Pull them in gently towards you. Feel the stretch in the back of those hamstrings, back of the thighs, right here. Pulling in. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Pull in nice and close and release it. We're going to do that one more time. Pull those legs in, nice and close. Holding. And release. Go ahead and bend those legs, let the feet come to the ground and extend out all the way. Give me that big pencil stretch again, toes pointed, tall as you can, and relax. We're going to do that big stretch again, but this time we're going to pull our toes toward our face. So flex the feet first, then reach the arms overhead. Hopefully your heels are coming off the ground. You got a big stretch as tall as you can. And when you release, let the arms come to the side in your final relaxation pose. Inhale, exhale. We'll just take a few moments here just to breathe. Again, being present. Think about what all you've accomplished this morning already. Strengthened your mind, strengthened your body. What would be your one takeaway for your mind this morning from our time together? Focus on that. Two more breaths. Then we're going to gently make our way to our sides and just be in your nice folded sleeping position right here. Now take your hands, push your body all the way up. Bring it back to your seated pose, just like we started. Let's take a big inhale up. We're gonna do praying hands. Before we end, we're actually gonna do a little rotation in those praying hands. Feel how good your back feels this morning. Reaching up, bringing them down, rotate the other way. Let's do that one more time, each direction. Inhale, stretch it over a little deeper. Inhale, pulling over. All right, on this last one, inhale, we'll bring it back to heart center. Inhale and exhale. Nice work today, everyone. You guys did so amazing. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. And let's go out with our strong minds and bodies. Nice job, ladies.